panel 4, concluding the presentation of certificates for the graduating class, the Faculty of Humanities and Education 2007. And Dr. Campbell, certainly a very proud moment, the fruition of all the past 3 years of studies coming to its conclusion and receiving that document in hand that you say, and we saw that
I now call on Ms. Patrice Quammie, Bachelor of Arts, Linguistics, First Class Honors, to deliver the valedictory address. Ms. Quammie.
Yes, indeed, graduating with First Class Honors Linguistics, Ms. Patrice Quammie.
Have this again next year.
Chancellor, Sir George Allen and Lady Allen. Vice Chancellor, Professor Ian Harris. Campus Principal, Pro Vice Chancellor Bridget Brereton. Honorable Members of Cabinet. Members of the Executive Management of the University of the West Indies. Members of the Diplomatic Corps. Other very special guests. UWI St. Augustine Campus Management and staff, parents, friends, well-wishers, my fellow graduates. I have to admit, Dean Robertson, that when you delivered your address last night at the faculty prize giving, I got a bit scared because I felt as if you were practically reading my entire speech. But I think I have the opportunity today to expand on the things that you touched on. So, the schoolwork was there. The schoolwork was always there. Couldn't run from it, couldn't hide. Sometimes I did try to hide. Some of us here probably succeeded at hiding at some point or other during our UWI experience. We'll simply call those instances coping strategies. The fact is, we came here to study, to enhance our skills, to follow a dream. And so the schoolwork was our carriage on the road to achieving those goals. The fact that we are here today proves we did get to the end of that particular journey. But the question here is, which route did you take to get to your destination? The scenic route or the highway? Or did you go off-road? Did you get into any accidents? My journey was via the scenic route, resulting in a number of pivotal, maturing, boundary-breaking, and sobering experiences that I hope have helped to substantially develop a person worthy enough to live the life earned by this piece of paper. So, for example, UWI was my doorway to the region. It was my doorway to the world. My most significant experiences made that perspective a reality in my life. Imagine being on a volleyball team where the Trini populace is collectively far outnumbered by Bajans, Jamaicans, St. Lucians, Tobagonians, and Bahamians. And when arguments broke out on or off the court, not understanding one single word, you learn diplomacy. Imagine living on Hall and hearing the anguish of two brothers whose home in Grenada was recently destroyed by a hurricane. You learn true empathy. Imagine meeting an ethnically Chinese student and hear, when he opens his mouth, a heavy Jamaican Creole accent come forth. After you pick your jaw up from the floor, you learn how to ask stupid questions. Imagine having that same experience echoed while on exchange in Canada, where you meet a student of Indonesian and Chinese parentage who, when he finally speaks, offers the thickest German accent you have ever heard. You learn then that you are grateful to have already learned that lesson about not asking stupid questions, lest you had embarrassed yourself, your country, and your entire region. In an age where identity is less a matter of race and more a matter of cultural choice, UWI provided significant portals for me to experience cultures and so come to a conscious definition of myself. But then, what really is this self-definition? Is it purely the culmination of all of these experiences, good, bad, indifferent, regional, global? Is it the attainment of a degree? I think not. One of our contemporary men of wisdom, Graham Taylor, said once in a certain context, "We are not just doing, we are becoming." My friends, we did the work for the degree. We did the assignments, well, most of them anyway. We did the exams, we did the projects, and by a tried and true process, we are here today. We know the authors, we know the philosophies. But that is only what we did. It is not who we have become. Doing and becoming are two different realities. To do and to be are two entirely different phenomena where one can survive without the other. Each is often mistaken for the other, but one in actuality governs the other, whether we are conscious of it or not. My peers, what we have become will inform what we do, and it is under that glaring light our mark will be left upon the earth. The art of being is one that instills great encouragement and strength. It is a decisive position one takes up that acts as a filter to the heart, mind, and spirit. Things will always be happening around you. The forces of life demand a certain process, pathway, physical existence, and response. Yet being positions itself at a point of intersection with processes, creates a crossroad, and gives us our greatest weapons, choice. It is this reality that determines what you gain out of every situation, and if and how you grow. Being can be continuously developed and refined, yet at its core, it is consistent over a long period of time. It resonates deep in the midst of any context, whether it be crisis or comfort. Being, therefore, can determine one's responses to the roller coaster events of life, and it does not have to be determined by the natural expectations of the events themselves. For without conscious attention to nurturing being, responses become reactive and their merit, in most cases, compromised. And so being converts your schooling into an education. It causes the events that have happened to you over the last 3 or 4 years to hold some significance in the development of your personhood. Experiences such as exams, limes, SSE card games, sporting events, club events, conferences, opportunities for growth. If we have consciously engaged with that process, then today we have become someone. If perchance our being did not deliberately intercept with life, then guess what? Today we have still also become someone. Either way, it is moments like these where it is critical to stop and consider if what we have become is to our liking. It is moments like these when a new phase of our life has dawned that we ponder if what we have become is going to be beneficial to issues facing and that will soon face our region and the world. I believe it was Einstein who said that problems cannot be solved on the same level of thinking that created them. What then should be our contribution to add to and even exceed that of the thousands of brilliant and well-intentioned persons who have gone out before us? We should ask ourselves not what do we have to do, but rather begin to consider what do we have to be to successfully manage the world's issues that will soon become our direct responsibility. Today is a great day. A hurdle has been crossed in the development of our intellectual capacities. We celebrate our achievements. Kudos to us all. And yet, the process of becoming continues. This, and it's very pretty, I might add, and all that comes with it should never be our identity, for it means nothing if we cannot relate. It means nothing if we cannot respect. And it certainly means nothing if, although convicted, we lack the courage to live as if they are absolute truths. But my friends, it will mean everything if used with the highest levels of maturity, selflessness, God-given wisdom, and justice. It is my wish that we all make a commitment to do our best in this life, recognizing that who we are informs what we do, but more importantly, recognizing that we forever retain the right to choose who we become. Thank you.
A deeply thought-out valedictory presentation from Ms. Patrice Quammie, BA Linguistics, First Class Honors.